hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie, and today I have 10 new fall DIYs for you using supplies from the Dollar Tree. The theme today is gold and glam, and I had a lot of fun putting these together. Now, the first DIY, I'm going to use one of these little welcome gold wreath forms from the Dollar Tree and some of this gold garland wreath. This is almost more of a copper. I got this at Target Dollar Spot for $5, but it's really high end, and I really wanted to see what this would look like if I can make a fall wreath out of it. You know, it's wired and everything, so I think there's going to be plenty here to make a wreath. And that combined with a little gold welcome wreath form from the Dollar Tree, I think it's going to go really cute together. So I'm just going to start with the wreath form. I was going back and forth whether it should be on the bottom or on top, but I start with it on the bottom. And I'm just going around the wreath form one time to see if I have enough. And I think I do to go around it 2 times. So I just wind the wire to itself right there. It is a pretty strong wire, so I had to use a little pliers to get it pretty tight. And then I was going to just keep going around with the second layer, but it was going to put some of like the special parts of it in the same place. And I didn't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. That way I can arrange everything and make it lay just how I wanted. This fall DIY was so easy to put together, and it turned out so pretty. It's a pretty good size too. You could definitely hang this on your door for fall. I wanted to do gold and glam today. I think it's really pretty for fall, and I think it's going to be really great for Thanksgiving as well. So with my second one, I can just kind of lay that on there how I want it. And then I was trying to decide how I was going to attach this. I didn't really want you to be able to see like any kind of twine or zip ties or anything like that. So I actually ended up using a fishing line. It's not the strongest, but it did work to make like a vanishing way to hold it on there. Now, this is the second layer of the wreath, and so I'm going to go ahead and wire that to itself, making a second loop. There was just the perfect amount to go around the wreath form 2 times on this Target Dollar Spot garland. And you can tell just by looking at it, it's just so high end. Now, if you wanted to do this with like a Dollar Tree garland, you could totally do that, just spray painting the leaves of whatever you have gold, and you might get a similar effect. But these are kind of a smaller leaf. And this is the fishing line that I was telling you about. I was just knotting it, and at first I put the metal wreath form from the Dollar Tree on the bottom. And then once I get them all tied on here, I realized you couldn't really read it too well because part of the W was like underneath of it. And so I was able to pull it through into the front without messing up any of the fishing line. And the fishing line, again, not super sturdy. I mean, it is an invisible way to attach it, but you might want to slip like a zip tie in here or there to make it a little bit stronger. Because I did have a couple of these just break on me, just like while I was working with it and stuff like that. So that's why I don't know if I'd really recommend it, but I wanted to try it because I've been looking for a way to attach things to Dollar Tree wreaths like this, where, you know, you can't really hide it. Now for the hanger, I'm just going to take some Dollar Tree twine, and it has a little loop right on there, and I just knotted that on. And then we're just going to arrange our wreath form a little bit. It was so pretty. It kept its shape pretty well. I think because all of the wires and the leaves and stuff like that were all pretty strong. And I want everything to stay pretty close to the loop here. Once I got it all arranged, that's when I realized, I was like, you know what? I really want the welcome word to be more readable. So I just pulled it up to the top. So I actually ended up attaching it to the front of the fall wreath. And I have 10 fall DIYs for you today, but I also have some more finds as well, items from the Dollar Tree. I think that this garland is the only thing I used from Target Dollar Spot today. I think everything else is from the Dollar Tree. So just a few more last touches here until I'm happy with it. And this turned out so pretty. I was so happy with it. I think I'm trying to decide where I'm going to hang this. This might go on the front door. I have my burlap welcome pumpkin wreath that I did recently on that, but this would hold up better outdoors than the burlap, I think. So I think that's where it's going to go. I have a white front door, so I think this is going to look really pretty on it. And it's just really simple. I thought about adding some acorns and stuff like that, but I kind of liked the simplicity of just the two different kinds of greenery and that great welcome sign. And this is how it turned out. This is how it looks hanging up. I really love that welcome wreath form from the Dollar Tree. It definitely doesn't look like something that cost $1.25. It looks really nice. And that greenery from the Target Dollar Spot is just gorgeous. And this is how it looks from a distance. It's beautiful. I really love this one. Okay, the next DIY, we're going to take one of these little Dollar Tree signs and we are going to transform this into a really fun gold bling tray for fall. I love gathering fall items together on a tray. Now for the sides, we're going to use some of the metal ribbon from Dollar Tree. I wanted something flexible, but something that I could paint gold and make it look really beautiful. And so I think this is going to be the perfect thing. Now they have this in like several different styles. I kind of chose this one because I wanted it to be as tall as I could get it for the sides. And I'm going to be really careful, try not to kink it, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go just follow along inside the frame of the round sign, leaving that ledge on the outside. And so I just need enough of the metal ribbon to go all the way around with a slight overlap so I can kind of attach that to itself. So I'm just going to cut that down with some heavy duty scissors. It's not too hard to cut. And then kind of measure how big I'm going to need it. And then I want to paint it with this gold spray paint. And I want to kind of attach it first. So I'm going to see how big I need it to be. And I did hot glue to attach it. I knew that wasn't going to hold up that well because metal just does not glue great with hot glue, but I thought it would work. You'll see I have to go back with a little bit stronger glue on this. But I got the right shape anyway. And then I can take this outside and give it a quick spray paint with that gold spray paint. I'm going to paint it on the outside and the inside of it. And I think this is going to be a really great side for the tray. This is really easy to paint. It took just one coat of the gold spray paint. But when I tried to dry that with my heat gun, that's when the hot glue decided to give up on me. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to use a stronger glue. I was reading that super glue does work well for metal to metal. So I have some of these little single-use super glues from the Dollar Tree. Very convenient because you can just throw them away when you're done with them. And I'm just going to go ahead and screw the applicator on there. These are pretty easy to use. Try not to get it all over yourself like I did. I did do a little tiny bit of hot glue just to try to give it a quick hold at first. And then squeeze that together. You might want to wear gloves for this part because I did get super glue all over my fingers. And the trick to getting that off is acetone. So I always have some fingernail polish remover on my work desk. Anyway, so I had to go clean my hands there. And then we can just sit our little gold metal ribbon right inside the frame. I think it's going to fit nicely. And we made it just the perfect size. Now I just have to find a way to attach it to the tray so it's kind of like all one piece. And so I'm going to use that super glue again, going around the border. I do most of it in super glue, and then I do go back in with a little hot glue to try to give it like a little bit of a temporary hold, trying not to mix those two different kinds of glue together. And then I just set the metal ribbon right inside the frame, gluing that into place. It doesn't have to be super strong. It's kind of more for decoration, the sides on this. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and leave the wood bottom on the tray. I think that looks really pretty. And then for the feet of the tray, we're going to use some of these little wooden Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. They are starting to get their Christmas stuff out, thank goodness. And I'm gonna just make little feet for these. These make perfect legs for a tray if you turn them upside down. At first I thought 4, and then I started lining them up and realizing that my tray was a pretty good sized tray. So I'm gonna add one more. We're gonna do 5 legs. And I try to just kind of like evenly space those out going around the circle as well as I can. I'm not measuring them or anything like that. I thought about painting the little feet gold. I ended up not doing it, but that would totally be another gold glam option. I'm just going to attach all 5 of the little feet with just a little dot of hot glue. This should hold up well, unlike gluing the metal to the metal. I knew better with the hot glue. And we have 5 little feet for our tray. This one, I had to move it a little bit, so I had to kind of update the hot glue on that one, but we can flip it over and you can see how pretty this looks so far. Now, one thing that I didn't like, I didn't really mind the white frame, but I didn't like the outside. See how it's not painted great around the edges of the frame? So we're going to go ahead and go in and paint the sides and the frame with some gold acrylic paint. This is just some gold acrylic paint. It's like metallic paint that I got at the Target dollar spot. I've also picked this up before at Dollar General. It's pretty easy to find. I prefer using spray paint for any of the gold metallics, but this is good for when you really can't get in there with spray paint. So I'm just going to first go around the edges. The only thing I don't like about the metallic gold acrylic paint is that you do have to go over it 2 to 3 times to get like that really good sheen that you're going for when you paint things gold. So keep that in mind. So we just painted all the edges, and then I thought I might as well just paint the frame too. That way it will all blend in with like the gold sides of our tray. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna use a small brush and go around all the edges. And this really did give it like a lot of bling, a lot of shine. We're gonna do some DIYs and some fun things to decorate this little tray. But I think a tray is fun for fall because I always like to incorporate like a fall candle and stuff like that. And it's really fun to group some smaller items together to make like a larger piece. So you can see I did have to go over that with a second coat around the edges because you could kind of still see through that. So I went around that and the frame itself with another coat of that metallic gold, and this is how it turned out. Super bling, very pretty, loving the glam look. And I really love making a little tray out of these little signs. I love trying to find different purposes for these little signs from the Dollar Tree. They come in like all different shapes and sizes, and this circle one I think is perfect for a little fall tray. And I'm gonna show you how we're gonna decorate this today with some quick, easy Dollar Tree DIYs. The first one being a really fun metallic gold bling leaf. So we're gonna use one of these little metal leaves from the Dollar Tree. It does have a hanger on it, which I don't really need. I'm gonna combine that together with that little metal stand that you see there with the circle on it that says welcome to our home to make a display. But first, we're gonna cover the leaf with this great peel and stick tile that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's got lots of metallic, it's got the gold bling pattern on there, and I think that's gonna look really pretty on the leaf. So I just lay our little galvanized metal leaf on the back, and just using an ink pen, I'm gonna draw that on. Whenever I do like an intricate pattern like this with any of the peel and stick items from the Dollar Tree, I find it a little bit easier to cut these intricate designs out first and then just line it up to whatever I'm covering. Now, since the galvanized metal leaf had holes in it, I'm covering it up with the tile, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna cover that all up. It's just a matter of cutting this down to size. And using that drawing on the back, we're just gonna go around and cut the shape out. This DIY was really easy to do and it really turned out really well. It really helped set the mood for some of the gold DIYs we're going to do today. I tried to find all different ways that we could incorporate gold into fall decor and at the same time try to keep it neutral. I know I really appreciate the neutral fall color scheme and I know a lot of you do as well. Kind of avoiding the bold colors like the oranges, the reds, and the yellows and kind of doing more, cozy neutral colors. So we've about got this one cut out. Kind of took my time on that one because I wanted to get that cut down right perfect to size. And you can see how cool this tile is. It's so pretty. And it's just a peel and stick, so this is going to be so easy to attach to the galvanized metal leaf. I always buy those galvanized metal pieces and then a lot of times I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if you guys have the same problem. So I'm just going to peel this, line it up, which is actually easier than I thought it would be, and then just stick it on. It's just like a giant sticker. Now I want to display this, and that is why I have that little welcome to our home sign. I love those little signs because they make great display pieces for items like this. And we can display this on that great fall tray that we just made. Now again, I know though, metal on metal, it's not going to do well. So I'm going to try a different method. This is the Dollar Tree Super Glue Epoxy. I was reading on ChatGPT about like what was best for metal to metal because sometimes these things fall apart on me than when I do the metal to metal with hot glue. So I was really trying to avoid that. So I had to read the directions on this. It is like a 2-part epoxy. You just have to mix the 2 different parts together. So I'm just going to do that in the packaging that came with it and stir that up. I used a paintbrush. I didn't know if that was really a good thing to apply it with, but it worked. And then I'm just applying that all over the little metal sign. That's gonna just fit perfectly behind that leaf. You won't even be able to see it's there. But I also did a little hot glue too to keep it in place temporarily while that epoxy sets up. So I just pushed that onto the back, making sure I have really good contact with the epoxy. And I love trying the different glues from the Dollar Tree. They do have some really great things in their hardware section. So this is what it looks like so far. I was thinking that it needed like one more thing. And so I was like, I didn't know what to add to it. But then I decided ribbon, it needed a bow. And I do have some of this fall ribbon from the Dollar Tree that is a burlap with a gold tinted border. And so I think this is going to be perfect. So I just tie a knot in it and then we're just going to tie a very simple, cute little bow here, making sure that all of my edges, all my gold edges are visible, twisting and turning and rearranging the little bow as needed. Sometimes you can tie them and they're like perfect and ready to go. And sometimes they want to fight you a little bit. This one wanted to fight me a little bit, but I won. So I think that looks pretty good with the bow part like that. I just have to cut my little tails down to size. And I think that's the perfect final touch to this fall leaf display. We're just going to hot glue it right here to the bottom of the leaf. And this is ready to go for that great tray that we just DIY'd. And I love those tiles. I think that's the first time I've ever crafted with that kind of tile, but I would definitely will again because it's so pretty and I didn't have to paint it or anything. See that gold sheen? It's so pretty. It was a little harder to capture that like with a straight on picture like this, but you can kind of see it there coming up off the bottom a little bit. And the little ribbon, I think, is super sweet as well. I used the white one, so it kind of has like the white stem. They have those in white and black. I always try to pick them up. I use the white one a little bit more than the black one. And we can just stand this on the top of our little fall tray. Nice and tall for the back piece there. Now to further decorate the tray, I picked up one of these little gold, super shiny. It's so shiny, it was kind of hard to show you. Pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. And it is perfect. I don't have to do anything to it. I think this is going to look really great here on the front of our little gold tray. And then I also found this candle holder at the Dollar Tree. It is so beautiful. It's like gold with like little gold leaves inside to make those great little shadows like that when you light it up. So we're just going to pop in a Dollar Tree votive candle to the top. And I love fall candles. I always try to incorporate those into all my DIYs. So this is how it turned out. It's super easy. And this is going to look great on this tray as well. And then I thought maybe a pine cone. And I thought we could do something special to kind of make it look golden glam. We're going to make it look like it is gilded. So again, I'm using that metallic gold acrylic paint and a tiny brush. And we're just going around and just painting the tips of the scales gold to make it look like it is gilded with like gold. I didn't do any of the gilding today. I used paint for everything, but I got like a similar effect and this was probably easier. So that is how it looks. I think that's the perfect amount of gold. And we can just use this to finish off our little fall tray right here in front, with another little touch of bling for fall. And I'm loving the glam look. I hope you are too. Let me give you a little look around our tray. Super cute. If you wanted to use a little bit more filler in there on yours, I'm sure that would look beautiful as well. But I really love how it turned out and how these pieces all came together. Whenever I have small pieces like this and I don't really have a tier tray to use them on, I do try to gather them together on a tray. I think it looks so pretty. You can put this in any room of your home, honestly, because it's nice and small. And this is how it looks with a little cozy candle lit up. I love that candle holder. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know that I've introduced memberships on my channel. For $4.99 a month, you're going to get early ad-free access to my videos like this one. And you're going to get a few other perks as well, like thank yous in every video. All you have to do is hit the join button on my channel, and I really appreciate all of my members. Now, the next DIY, we're going to take another one of these Dollar Tree signs. This is the square version. Don't really want this wood bead hanger on it, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And we're going to do a really fun DIY with that little metal envelope. Mine was a little off-centered, so I did a little bit of trimming on my sign there to make my frame look a little bit better. But I thought we could take one of these little Hello Autumn metal envelopes from the Dollar Tree and give it a gold glam look, replacing the galvanized metal on there with gold. So I kind of need to tape it off. I'm just going to use my paper transfer paper that I use for my Cricut. It's really like a giant masking tape, so it made this job pretty easy. And I want to tape off all of the painted areas there in the envelope. I think they're really pretty. I just want to paint the envelope gold. So I think I've got it pretty well protected. I'm going to grab my metallic gold spray paint and run outside for a minute, do one coat of spray paint on here, and we are going to have a gold glam envelope. And this is going to be kind of a small wall hanging. Really, you could fit this anywhere. You could fit this in a kitchen or an office. It's really not very large, but it turned out really cute and sweet. So just removing all of my masking tape there. I thought we would also try to gild like the little wood beads that were on there. So using my metallic gold acrylic, I'm not even going to take the beads off. I am just going to kind of paint them as is. Now, the beads that I'm painting, are two different colors, and they kind of take the paint a little bit differently. And you do have to kind of do thin coats with that metallic gold. And so, in the end, it doesn't really look painted as much as it looks kind of gilded, which is kind of cool. So, I'm going to go over it here with a second coat. That really helped, just kind of turning it around and using the string to my advantage. Trying not to get any on the twine if I can help it though. And it did take a good 3 coats to get a good gold finish going on these. And I think that's a cute little accent piece for the envelope, so I definitely wanted to leave that on there. Then I thought we could combine that with one of these little Dollar Tree signs to make it really cute little wall hanging. So since I removed the wood bead hanger on there, I need to replace it with a new hanger. I'm just using Dollar Tree twine, tying a knot. I can use my staple gun because the frame is nice and thick there. And the other sides where I kind of trimmed that up. So I just kind of flipped it over and made the top the bottom on this one. I'm sure it'll be fine. I hate it when I mess with my stapler. Sometimes it's hard to see without getting my big head in the camera shot for y'all. I'm going to leave that as is with the white background and the light wood frame. And then we're just going to attach the little Dollar Tree envelope right here to the front with hot glue. Trying my best not to burn myself. Kind of pulling those wood beads out where they will kind of lay to the side of the envelope. Kind of like that. And then the envelope is not super big, but I thought we could still put a few items in there. So we're going to use some of this fall foliage. It's like is it a boxwood or a eucalyptus? I think it's called a boxwood. And it's kind of a nice fall color. The pieces were a little big, so I did have to trim them down even after just pulling off one individual piece. And I'm just going to have one of those kind of sticking out each side. I think it's eucalyptus. And then for the pumpkin, I think the pumpkin's cute, but I thought it would be even cuter if I made it more 3D. So I'm just going to pop one of these little tiny white pumpkins off of some fall florals. And I'm just a matter of cutting that in half. It's a little tricky to cut these little foam pieces without them falling apart, but I got a pretty close to half of it. We're going to go ahead and just discard the stem because you can see the stem in the picture behind it. So I'm going to kind of use that to my advantage. And this was the perfect size to cover that little pumpkin, make it 3D. We are just going to attach that with hot glue. And so even though the envelope was really small, I was still able to add greenery and a pumpkin. And so I think that made it really cute. I love the details. Now it did take a little bit to get that little foam pumpkin to glue on there. And then just to keep this in place and make sure it's not all over the place, I'm just going to glue down like one of the wood beads and set that to the side. And we have a really cute little Hello Autumn sign with the gold Glam envelope. I think that looks a lot prettier than the galvanized metal. And definitely ready for fall. This is how it looks. I know I asked you guys in my last video whether you guys were ready for Christmas because I noticed everybody else is doing it. Most of you guys said no. A few of you guys said yes. So I'll try to mix it up with fall, Halloween, and Christmas if I can, so I can make everybody happy. Well, you know, you can't make everybody happy, but I'll try. Now check out this beautiful autumn blessing sign that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's so pretty. It's nice and thick, has no glitter on it, so you know I'm already a fan. But instead of the wood leaf cutout on there, I thought we could glam it up with some gold. So using that acrylic metallic gold and a small brush, I'm going to do my best just to paint the leaf and try not to paint the sign underneath of it. I thought about making like the inside of the leaf like a different color or to make that gold too, but I really kind of like the contrast against the white sign. And I love the words Autumn Blessings on there. I love the fact that it's not glitter again, and I think it's really pretty. But we're going to take this just Dollar Tree sign and we are just going to try to make it extra special. It did take a little bit of time to paint that, and you can see that you really just don't get that gold metallic with that one coat. So I did have to go in here with a second coat and a tiny brush, just kind of keeping a baby wipe handy for when I do get it on the sign that I'm quick to act, I can clean that up right away. But you could even do 3 coats if you wanted a little bit more bling, but I was kind of happy with 2 coats. Now to make it even more special, I'm going to layer it on another Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to use one of their chalkboards. I'm a big fan of those. They're a great size. They don't bow or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the hanger on that. And we're going to cover it in this great metallic wallpaper that I found at the Dollar Tree, removable wallpaper. But first, I kind of need to get the tag off the back. I want to cover the back of it just because I don't have that image coming through. I don't want that showing through my paper. But that tag on the back is always a little bit of a challenge. It always requires heat, scraping, and some Goo Gone. Now, I want to cover the side that's going to be the back, this side, with just some cheap contact paper from the Dollar Tree, just to make it have a finished back. I don't really want to cover that side with my wallpaper again because I don't really want you to be able to see any of the words through it. So it doesn't have to look perfect. It's just the back of the sign. And so I'm just going to smooth that out the best that I can with my little Cricut scraper. And then I can go in with the Dollar Tree sanding block and just scrape all the edges of this. So thin, this contact paper, that it really does give you a perfect cut. Now, this is the side that I wanted to work with, and this is the wallpaper that I found at the Dollar Tree. It's white with like a metallic gold pattern on it. I think it's going to be perfect. So again, it's just peel and stick like a giant sticker. And my piece was a little wrinkled, but I was able to get it on there and get everything smoothed down, and you can't really tell. I did use my scraper to try to get some of the wrinkles out, and that definitely helped. And then again, using my sanding sponge to go around all four edges and cut it down just like we did for the back of this piece. And then I'm gonna layer this underneath that sign that we just painted with the gold leaf. And it's gonna provide a really fun like metallic frame-like border to it and just make it a more substantial piece. Just popping my holes back through all of my vinyl that I've added to it. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new hanger by taking some Dollar Tree twine, hot gluing the ends to make it easier to thread through all this stuff, and just knotting that on the front on both. Now here is our autumn blessing sign. I no longer need the hanger for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and then we can attach that. And you can see it's just making this beautiful sign. It's already beautiful, just way more substantial and even more beautiful. So I just do hot glue all over the back of that sign and try to center that, laying that on, gluing it down. Now the only thing I had to cover up were those holes in the top. And I thought maybe I could use some of these stickers from the Dollar Tree and do like the little four corners. It was kind of a tight fit, but it did solve the problem here that I was trying to cover up, which was the holes in the autumn blessing sign. So I'm going to line that up with like the corner touching that great little round inset there, and just line that right up. The only thing I was worried about is down here, I did slightly cover part of the bee, and I wasn't sure about that, but I decided to go with it. I thought this would be the best way to cover those holes in the top. And so then we're just going to go ahead and attach the other two. And it did give it a little bit more bling, a little bit more fanciness, more glam. And I think that's a perfect final touch to this little autumn blessings sign. It was already really beautiful to begin with, and I think we even took it up a notch. You can see how beautiful that metallic gold looks for fall, and it looks really bright once it started to dry, the paint on there. And I love those little corner stickers. Those are definitely a find and come in really handy for projects like this. And it's a pretty substantial piece too. It's gonna fill up a lot of your walls, nice and neutral, and you can keep it up all the way through Thanksgiving. Now for the next DIY, I just picked up a little fall vase. This one's orange. It doesn't matter what color it is because I'm taking it outside and giving it a good spray paint. One coat with that metallic gold spray paint, and look how beautiful the vase looks now. Now I want to use some fall greenery. Everything was from Dollar Tree except for one piece there I see from the Dollar Spot. To arrange them, I just take some Dollar Tree sand and fill up my vase, about 2/3 full. Now this is the special pampas grass that they got in for fall. It's very gold, and I think it's really beautiful. I'm going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree pampas grass in gold and just arrange those in the back. They're nice and tall, so they're going to be great for the back. And then I picked up some of this fall foliage from the Dollar Tree. It's like a gold leaf and an ivory leaf together with some berries, and I think that's going to go together nicely. Now, some of my leaves were all bent up, and a couple of you guys told me a great trick is just to use your heat gun to give them a quick iron, and look, you can even do it once you've got your arrangement together. Now, this piece did come from the Dollar Tree. It was only $1, but it was metallic gold little palm frond. I thought that would be a fun little piece to throw in the front of this little gold fall floral display, just for a little bit of fun. I think that piece and that gold garland that I got from Target Dollar Spot were my inspiration for the gold glam look that we're doing today. Just giving this a quick arrangement. This was so easy to put together, and I absolutely love how the little vase turned out in the metallic gold. I'm going to try to show you without dumping any sand out, but I can show you even better here. Those fall leaves and that pampas grass goes so beautifully together. And then the little surprise of the gold palm frond is so fun as well. And look how beautiful that vase is. I think it's so much prettier than when it was orange. I love it, and I think that's going to be a great piece to decorate for fall. Now, the next find was from the Dollar Tree. Look how beautiful this is. It's gold. It's got a very intricate leaf, and it's just a tea light candle holder. So no DIY here, but I wanted to show it to you anyway because it's going to go perfect for this fall with this fall decor that we're DIYing today. So I just popped in a Dollar Tree tea light candle to this, and it is ready to go. Look at the beautiful detail on this. Isn't it so gorgeous? First time I've seen this at Dollar Tree. Mine just had it in like the regular like candle aisle. I don't know if that's where it's supposed to be, but I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and so I definitely had to pick this up as well because, again, I love fall candles, and this is how it looks like when it's lit. I think it'll provide a nice shadow of the leaf pattern. For the next DIY, we're using one of these Wi-Fi password chalkboards from the Dollar Tree. Have you guys seen these? I picked them up in rectangular and oval. I think they're so cool. And then I picked up one of these metal leaves. This was from just the regular crafter square aisle, not fall at all either. But we're going to go outside, give it a quick spray paint with that gold metallic, and look how beautiful it is now. It's got a hanger on it and everything, so it's kind of cool and ready to go. But I needed something to display it on. So I thought we could just cover this little Wi-Fi password chalkboard from Dollar Tree with some more of the removable wallpaper from Dollar Tree, this time in the white board pattern. It's going to go with the white neutral decor that we're doing. This stand has wood beads on it, and it's got a great base on this sign. I picked up this one, and I also picked up the oval one. I think they're so cool. I will definitely probably restock because they are great for DIYs. I just went ahead and put that straight over the words and everything, and I was pleased to see that the wallpaper was thick enough to kind of cover up that Wi-Fi password word on there. You can't really see it through. And then just using a sanding sponge on 3 of the sides to get me a perfect cut. And then I'm just going to scrape that, make sure I have good contact with that. And then I also want to kind of give it an ivory feel. I find it's a little too paper looking, a little bit too white. So I'm just going to distress all over with some parchment acrylic paint. It's kind of an ivory color, but where you can kind of still see like the wood grain and stuff of the wood boards, but just definitely softening everything up, making it look like a hand-painted sign. And then I also decided to paint the sides that would be exposed too, so you don't see that black chalkboard material shining through. And now it's time to attach our little gold leaf. It has a little hanger on it like this, so you can hang it like it's falling. And I thought that would be the best way to attach it since it is metal. It's not going to like glue very much. And I think that's going to work. Now for the little beads, I didn't do anything with those yet. So I'm going to go in and give them a coat of gold. That gold acrylic paint, kind of giving them that gold leaf feel that the wood beads had on the other DIY that we did with the wood beads with the little envelope. So again, it did require a couple coats, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the back of those as well. But I think that's going to be another little fun gold detail to this DIY. Now to hang this on here, I'm going to use one of the little tiny nails from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to line this up, see exactly where I need to put it. Now this sign was pretty thick, but even with a tiny, tiny nail like this, it did go all the way through, but I'll show you what I did about that. So I tried not to go all the way through. It did go through a little bit, and I needed it to be tight enough to hold it on there. So I'm just going to hang that on the nail. It's just going to free hang on there, the little leaf. And then to avoid anybody getting poked, I'm just going to mask that with a little bubble of hot glue around the little tiny nail tip that was poking through, just to kind of protect that. Again, I don't want that going in anyone's finger. And this is how it turned out. I think it's really pretty. What do you guys think about my gold leaf display? You can take a couple items from the Dollar Tree and just put them together like this and really get a really fun, beautiful, unique piece. And I'm loving the gold glam leaf. So pretty with the little gold beads on that sign. And it's got kind of a natural wood base, just like that first one we did with the leaf that we did the metallic tile on. And I think it turned out pretty good. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know about my Facebook group. I always have it linked below. You'll find out what if I've been posting a video and what everybody's been crafting. And I'd also appreciate if you followed my Facebook page. It's linked below, as well as my Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And my handle for all of those is Crafty Beach on YouTube. Okay, back to the fall DIYs. We're going to use one of these small hurricane candle holders from the Dollar Tree. And I want to make a fun candle using the Dollar Tree acorns. I do want to paint them gold, but the first thing I need to do is kind of see how many I need to do. Now, I have noticed that they do have different sizes. These are the larger ones, which I think are going to work great to fill up most of my candle holder. And then I can just set a Dollar Tree votive candle right in the middle and try to fill in the sides. Now, that's when it got a little tight, so I do have some of the smaller ones from Dollar Tree too. And those fit a little bit better around the sides. If you had real acorns in your yard, you could totally do that as well. I just want to see exactly how many I need to get it good and full. And then I can take those outside and paint them. So we're going to spray paint those. You kind of sort them into small and large ones. And I got my metallic gold spray paint. I'm just going to leave them on this Dollar Tree cutting board, take them outside, paint them. They do move around, especially the little ones, when you paint them. So it kind of made it a little bit easier to paint both sides. And then again, we're going to do the larger ones here on the bottom of that candle holder. Sitting a little vanilla votive candle from Dollar Tree right in the middle. And then I can go back in with all of the small acorns and fill up all the sides. And look how pretty those acorns look painted metallic gold. I've never done that before, but I really am digging the vibe. I think it's so glam. And it was really easy to do. Just trying to make sure that I had one extra acorn, but I think that's all I'm going to be able to fit. And this is how it looks. Just gold acorns, a candle, and a Dollar Tree candle holder. And I think it turned out really pretty. Now you can see like not all of the caps painted gold, but I kind of like that look. You could always tape those off if you wanted to leave those natural, but it's going to, cause you a little bit more work for your DIY. But I think it turned out super fun. What do you guys think? This is how it looks lit up, our little gold acorn candle holder. Okay, the next DIY, I found these great long feather signs from the Dollar Tree. So I picked up 3 of the signs that were all different. They have different kinds of light wood, dark wood, and even white on them. And I thought if we put all 3 of the giant feather signs together, we could make a really fun fall display. And I want to, again, add a little bit of that gold glam vibe to it. So I have to kind of figure out how I want to add the gold to them. I decided that stem that goes down the middle of each one of the feathers is a kind of a no-brainer of something to make gold on these. And so I'm just using a small brush and some metallic gold acrylic paint again and trying to stay within the lines. But I followed it up with a baby wipe. It did a good job. I tried to switch to maybe a little bit smaller brush here. Now this was the only giant feather sign out of the 3 that had like the different parts of the stem going off on the sides. I wish they all did because I think that's a cool effect, and that is a great place to add the gold besides just the center vein of the leaf. But I don't know if feathers are necessarily fall, but they totally looked fall to me. And so I'm going to go ahead and just paint those little side sections as well. Again, trying to stay in the lines if I can. But I thought like the two-tone wood looks really pretty on its own. So we're going to go ahead and leave that. And again, if you really want that gold metallic look, you are going to have to go over them a couple of times. Now this one does not have the side parts. It's only got like the stem here going down the center of the feather. And so basically that's all the gold bling that's going to go on this one. But I think it's enough just to give it a little bit of class and color. And finally, the third one is like the dark wood and the light wood together. No white, no side stripes on this one either. So I'm just going to do the middle vein of the feather on this one as well, painting that with the gold metallic. And then I thought we could bundle all 3 of these leaves together at the top and really make a really fun, beautiful wall display that's actually pretty large. Have you guys seen these feather signs at your Dollar Tree? I was really excited to find them. I definitely wanted one of each. I just wanted them all to be different, just for a little bit of variety. But I kind of wish I had got more because I think they're so lovely. Now again, you do have to go back in with a second coat of that gold acrylic to get that nice gold shine. So I'm going to go ahead and update these last 2 that I did with just a second coat. This one was a lot easier because you just have to go down the center of them. And maybe a little touch up on this one as well. And then I'll show you how I put all 3 of these together, and I think they look so pretty. Now that one is my favorite one, so that one's definitely going to go on top. Then I can kind of arrange the other 2 to kind of come out from the sides and from behind and overlap everything like that. I'm going to use the center one because that makes more sense, and take some Dollar Tree twine and simply tie a hanger on right now while I can still kind of get to that one. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted it to be the 2 back ones to be flat like that. It's going to make it bigger, but I don't like the way it lays as well, or if I wanted to overlap. So I decided just to overlap them. So I'm just going to find out what part overlaps, put a little bit of hot glue on the back in those 2 spots, and overlap that slightly. And then this one's going to be the top one. So it's going to overlap with that one that we just put on here, because that's the tallest one at this point, to kind of keep everything level. Then I just tie a knot on the hanger that's kind of threaded through the other one, so it'll hang back behind it, kind of hidden. And then I want it to look like it's all tied together with a bow. So again, I'm going to use some of that burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree with the gold border and tie a simple little knot so we can make a really fun little bow for the top of this. Something simple, something with a little bit of gold. And you know, I'm just noticing now that I missed one of the little side pieces that I could have painted gold on that top feather. So you know I'm going to go back and add some more gold to that. Can't believe I didn't notice that. See how I did the 2 to the one side, but I forgot the one on the other side? And then I just hot glue that little bow to the top to make them look like they're all kind of gathered together at the top. And this is how it turned out. Yeah, that's really bothering me now. I'm going to have to go back and add that other gold stripe in there. I can't believe I forgot that. Oh well, This is what it looks like so far, with the metallic gold accents added to the giant wood feathers from the Dollar Tree. I think they're so pretty and interesting, and I think they really do look nice for fall. And then let me show you how that looks from a distance. I think it's really fun. I love the gold accents. Now for this DIY, I picked up a candlestick from the Dollar Tree. It has a great shape. And then I picked up a leaf tray from Goodwill. It was only 99 cents. And I thought we could put the two pieces together and make a really beautiful little gold leaf tray that we can use for a candle holder. So I just took the tag off of this. Otherwise, I think it's good and ready for painting. I am going to go ahead and glue the glass candlestick to the bottom as a base. I really like the shape of that candlestick. And to do that, I'm going to use some of this multi-purpose cement from the Dollar Tree. It's kind of like an E6000. And it says it does glass and ceramic, so we shall see. The only problem with using this kind of glue, it is going to make it stronger long term, but you do have to wait. It's going to have some drying time before it's going to set up. I just put glue on the top of the candlestick and then lay that on the bottom of the little leaf tray. I could have always painted the pieces separately, but I decided to glue it together first and try to let that set up. Now I'm going to use this gold metallic spray paint again. We're going to spray paint everything. The top, the bottom of the leaf, the candlestick, everything. So once I get that dry enough to hold, I'm going to take that outside and give it a nice spray paint, and look how beautiful that Goodwill dish looks now with the gold. It really takes it up a notch, and I love how it turned out. I was trying to do all the spray painting outside, and it was so rainy and humidity, but I was actually had pretty good results. Now for the candles, I found these great tea light candles at Dollar Tree. The colors are really beautiful for fall. We've got yellow, orange, and brown, and they're shaped like little oak leaves. I think these are going to be perfect. I'm going to use all three of these little tea lights, just kind of scattering them around our little leaf tray. Kind of like that. And I'm blown away with how beautiful that tray looks gold. And then again, some of the Dollar Tree acorns. This time I'm not going to paint them gold because otherwise they would just kind of blend in with the little leaf. But I'm just going to kind of scatter those all around the little leaf tray as filler. I didn't want to do anything flammable so that I could light these candles. And just arranging them to get them the way that I like them. I didn't want to use any sand or anything in there because I wanted you to be able to see the great veins in that leaf dish. I think it's so pretty, and this is how it turned out. I think that shape for the candlestick is perfect to use to make a little tray like this. The shape is so seamless, it really looks like a tray. And this is how it looks from a distance. I forgot to light this one. This is the only one I forgot to light so far. Okay, we've made it to the final reveal. I really hope you enjoyed these new gold Dollar Tree fall DIYs. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Comment your favorite DIY below. I would love to find out what your favorite was. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and about 80% of you guys are not subscribed. So here is the final reveal. Enjoy.
Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile since I was a little child. Every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September.
And I want to give a huge thank you to the following Crafty Beach Bum members. Thank you to Karen O'Haron, Coastal Couple, Pamela Bergeron, I Am Mojo Jojo, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Sandra Ray, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Verna Noctigal, Julie Miller, Nancy Warner, Jan Zalata, Tammy Coates, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, and our newest member, Butterfly Mama. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you all. If you would like to join, just hit the join button on my channel. It's only $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime, and I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and if you would like to watch more Crafty Beach today, YouTube thinks that you might enjoy this video right here. Happy crafting!